Welcome back. Hi, Player Dart here. We are back in SpaceChem. We're about to close out the fourth planet in a row. There are only 9 across the bottom. We have a defense and we have an optional production challenge. We're going to do the defense first, and of course, there's going to be story. I hesitated to press the taupe intercom outside of his office. There was a muffled voice speaking inside the room, but it didn't sound like Joel. As I withdrew my hand, the door opened as if on command. The room was lit only by the sun blazing in through the window. All I could see of Joel was his silhouette. "Come into the light and let me show you the truth." The words echoed in my ear, though somehow I knew they were unspoken. As Joel splayed his arms, a wave of pain blasted through my head. I clutched my ears as my heart heaved. The pain transformed into a rasping voice. "Behold the healing power of the stars." Joel lurched out of the light. His face had disappeared, replaced by an expanse of tight puckers where his eyes and mouth had been. The skin was raw and pink. His beard had been stripped from his jaw and replaced by a shiny strip of scar tissue. His ears began to twitch. "Together we can know the truth. Together." Agony warped my thoughts as white lights flashed behind my eyes. I crushed my hands against my head and banged my knees as I staggered to the floor. Joel's crumpled face was seared in my mind. A hand grasped my shoulder and shoved me onto the ground. Through the ringing, I heard the cock of a revolver, a gunshot, and the sound of something wet slumping against the floor. The ringing stopped as I regained my sight. I opened my eyes to see Joel's body in a heap. A leather shoe towed Joel's faceless body, turning the blank face to the floor. I looked up. There was a man in a charcoal suit, holding an antique revolver with silver embossing. He paid no attention to me as I grunted and pulled myself up. "I suggest you get ready," he said as he pocketed the gun. I blinked. "For what?" "I'm heading to the particle accelerator lab." He stepped over Joel's corpse and stopped in the doorway. "Aim for the eye." The door closed as he sprinted through the hallway. I brushed myself off, turned around, and jumped at the sight of the giant hovering pyramid outside. It stared back at me with its gargantuan eye. So we have water, somewhat tainted water, and very tainted water. And so I get 4 reactors, and basically I want to pump as much uranium as possible, but I also want to increase the power of each one, and that's what the hydrogen peroxide does. So this is from this thing here. Right, okay. So let's see. Let's start with the sensor reactor. But what do I want to do? Because what I could do is spend a reactor to try to strip the uranium off of these things and just send it directly to 2. So let's see here. So I'm going to get these 3 things from in here. So let's get the blue going. Let's have it bring something in, turn up, actually, you know what? I don't want this hydrogen, really. I want HOs, and then I want to turn those HOs into hydrogen peroxide. The extra H's don't help me. So what I want this thing to do, these are going to appear in these cells, so I want it to just immediately clip this off. So bring in a molecule, debond, grab this. Let's put these unnecessary things up here, so they can't do any harm. Head off this way. And you know what? Let's just put all of this here. And we'll sort it later. Drop that and flush it. And then sync. What does pause do? Pause the simulation and opens this reactor, useful for debugging. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sync. So actually, as soon as it's here and it's unbonded, this can go. We need a sync in between. It needs to know that it can move. Grab this and head straight up. And yeah, I don't need the sensor either. I can't have this doing too much because I can't have 3 different outputs. Or at least, I can't have 3 outputs going to 3 different places because this thing can only do outputs of 2 kinds. So the diatomic bits I'm going to put over here. So the only thing this thing is going to do is it's going to pick things apart. Exit this reactor. So then, I think I need 2 more. So this is where the pairs of atoms are coming out. So let's send this. Oh no, we want this over here. Because this needs to sneak in behind. And let's put a storage tank here for all the junk. Then this... Wow, I am not leaving myself a lot of room, am I? Okay, this is going to sort this. So this is going to take these. So this is either going to be hydrogen or uranium. And it's going to be 2/3 uranium. This is either going to be hydrogen, oxygen, or uranium, oxygen. So this is just going to take this input and sort it as ruthlessly efficiently as possible. Grab. Sensor. If it's hydrogen, get rid of it. And we don't care where in here it is. Drop it. Flush it, go back for another one. Otherwise... drop it. Flush Omega, go back for another one. And so then this gets put into the storage tank. And it just stays there. Then this one, I have a reactor left. I don't know that I have room to do anything with the reactor. Let's disconnect this for a second. And pull this back. Oh, that can't get through. My god. Okay. This only has one input. This can come here. It's fine. So this is accepting these. Where do I want it to go? So I want... this. And... this, I think. Wait, maybe not. So if it's this, I want to put it over here. Then if it's hydrogen, I think I want you to put it there. Otherwise, junk it. Drop it there. Flush it. You know what? No, I don't need to be in standard position for this. That's nice, but I just want it in this area as quickly as possible. If it's hydrogen, go that way. Drop it, flush it. And so this is going to be hydrogen, oxygen. If not, actually, no, wait. Because I've got it by the hydrogen, don't I? Yep. Otherwise, drop it here. Flush psi. Go back and go again. Then this needs to make hydrogen peroxide. So this will come first. Grab one. Head south. Head this way. Drop it here. Go back for another one. Sync. Input something. Sync. That will start the blue one going and do exactly the same thing. Grab it here. Rotate it, because right now it's hydrogen, oxygen. If I rotate it clockwise, it'll be oxygen over hydrogen. Drop it here. Bond these. Flush omega. Sync, you're ready to go again. And then wait for the other thing to do its thing. That's a lot, but I don't see how to do all that any faster than that. So it all starts here. In comes this. And it's sending those out. Okay. It's sent to uranium. That's right. Okay, that looks like it did the thing. So I think everything works as it's intended to. Oh, there's a time thing happening here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, we're stopped up. I think that's bad. So the problem there is we end up backing up, but I don't know what to do about that. Because our 2 storage tanks filled up, did they not? Because now that I'm looking at it, I'm throwing away a lot of things that could be theoretically useful. And I have a lot of things here that are only doing one thing. Like the uranium that's coming off the UOs that I'm tossing away could be used as uranium. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't know how to reclaim them, but... And the fact that I've got so little space is a huge problem as well. But, I mean, there might be some way of doing this better. Okay, let's start with this. I think I can reposition this to give myself a bit more room. So what this was doing, I want everything to do like 4 things. This one is just trying to be ruthlessly efficient in separating the thing containing oxygen from these. Could this do other things? Could this separate the hydrogen and uranium from the oxygen and then fix it later? I think it could. So let's do this. Let's move this over here, sync, move over, grab this by this. So now it's grabbing it by the H that's over here. If I put an unbonder here, instead of having it drop, break the bond, flush, then it will put oxygen here. And then that's the only thing it outputs. Then instead of going back for more, continue on with this, swing over to the side, drop what it's carrying here, and then go back for another one. So now we're reclaiming all of the atoms and they're all going to someplace that they need to go. The only change is this one is getting oxygen exclusively. Delete that for a second. I have, not a storage tank, but a sensor reactor. Then these I don't need because I'm using absolutely everything. So then this needs to do this. So this is our source of hydrogen. This is our source of... Oh, damn it, I did it again. It needs to be able to let another pipe through. And that's our oxygen. So now I need to build this so that it receives oxygen, it receives nothing but hydrogen. Okay, it receives... Whoops. It receives hydrogen from this corner, because I was just throwing it away earlier. Fine. I think I'm expecting to get more hydrogen. So start from there. Pull something in. Grab. Turn north. So it's expecting it to be here. Pull something in here, bond. So start, grab a hydrogen, bring in an oxygen, bond it, still carry it. drop it. Go back and do it again. So now we have no waste. Every atom is being used for something. Did I do it right? It's not flushing this. So we need to add an out there. Stop. Did I never tell this to flush? Fine. Stop. Flush omega. I can't help noticing this one is doing an extra loop. Let's fix that. There's no sane reason why this can't be done faster. I mean, that's pretty darn good, but how do I know that I'm damaging this thing? I mean, it's taking damage, but so are we. Oh, I think we did it. Oh, we did it. New story. The air reeked of a nauseating mixture of gun smoke and decaying flesh. I was sprawled over the console in Joel's office, where his faceless body lay 3 meters from my station. The whispered echoes of the monster that had possessed Joel swirled in my mind, but I ignored them, knowing that the monster was as dead as Joel. Bruce entered the office, his suit rumpled and creased. "I'm closing this place down," he said. I gawked at him. All I could think of was the massive floating pyramid that had just been hovering outside. "What was that thing?" I asked. "An anomaly. It happens." "You call that an anomaly? Half the crew is dead. The base is in ruins." "It is a tragic circumstance of our work." He folded his hands together and bowed his head. There was a moment of silence, but I very much doubted it was to mourn the lost. Bruce tapped his index fingers together and glanced to Joel's body. "You'll be transferred to Sikatar in a day or two." He slid his wrinkled jacket off his shoulders and laid it over Joel's head to hide the wound. "Strange things happen out here. People die. We do what we can. We cannot let these setbacks stop our work." My skin went cold when he finished speaking, and I nodded to him. He grinned at me, as if to say, "You understand," and left. So that's that. So this is the next planet, Sikatar. We're going to go back a tick. There's still the production challenge to do. It's optional, but we're at least going to take a look at it. But this took a fair chunk of time. So I'm going to cut it off there, and we'll do this next time. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for watching straight through to the end. I appreciate when people do that. Leave me a comment to let me know what you think of what I'm doing. Press the like and subscribe buttons to help my work be seen by other people. You know how the algorithm works. You live in this world as well as I do. We'll be cycling through the games. We're about to get to the new map on Lingo called Swingo. It is an alternative rules map, so if you think you know how the rules work, no, we got to figure it all out all over again. Yeah, so we'll see you in the next video, which will be the Swingo one. And thank you for watching again. Goodbye.